Guys, I'm finally going to be doing my top 10 K-pop albums of 2015. Knowing me, it will probably be quite a long video, so I'm just warning you ahead of time, but yeah, I'll just get into it. So starting from my number 10, I have GOT7's Mad. Now, like a major reason really why I feel this made it into my top 10 is a lot to do with the title track. It's because I just loved the title track that much. And so the title track, if you do, I just think that it's a really good song. It was a great choice as a title track, and it just gave me really like old school vibes, reminiscent of early Beast and 2PM. Now I know people don't like it when you make comparisons, but obviously I don't mean it in a negative way. And if anything, it's actually a big compliment, I think, for GOT7 because they're being compared to Sunbae groups who have been around for a long time and are very well established within the K-pop fandom, just K-pop in general, really. But yeah, I really preferred this album, this mini album, over the Just Right. I feel like they have shown a more mature side. And I think that GOT7 are experimenting a bit with their sound, seeing what works for them and what doesn't. So I'm quite curious to see to what their next release will be, what it will sound like. Other tracks on here, I don't like love the whole track list. They are songs that I can listen to and like I'm okay about them, but it's not like I think the track list in itself is exceptionally amazing. Another track though that I really do like is number 4, Good. I really like that one. But yeah, and I really like this album packaging. I will be getting the horizontal version for this album. Actually, it's meant to be on its way. I ordered it from eBay, from that seller, you know, that like everyone buys from. The seller that doesn't include like the photo cards, and the albums are so cheap. So hopefully that will get here soon. And at number 9, I have Monsta X Rush. I absolutely love this album, and it's really special to me because Neela got me it for my Christmas. It's part of my Christmas package, so thank you so much, Neela, for doing that for me. I really am just still so happy to have this because I mentioned it before, but since they're not like one of my top groups, I don't think that this would have been a priority for me to get. So, but this album, I've always known of Monsta X, didn't really pay that much attention to them. One day I see a recommendation on my YouTube feed. It was for the Hero rooftop version, which I will link it below for those of you that may have not seen it. And I just totally fell in love with the song. I thought the dance practice music video, whatever you want to call it, was great. I really liked it, and yeah, I asked my friend about them, and I went back to give the track list a listen for like the whole album, and I really liked it. I think there's some really good tracks on here, and it's like a good mix of like slower sounding songs and like with more vocals, and then you've got the ones that are a bit more rap heavy, a bit more excitable, like Rush and Hero. And I think like a lot of people feel this way, but I do think that Hero would have been a better choice as title track, but I don't think there's much room to complain there because they did end up doing follow-up promotions with Hero. So we still got to see like live stages and things like that. So yeah, but I I'm really looking forward to seeing what they come out with this year. And I do think that this album is a good place to start if you are unaware of Monsta X and maybe want to introduce yourself to them. I think that it's like a lot more, I don't know, like a bit more relaxed than Trespass. So yeah, this is my number 9. At number 8, I have Infinite H's Fly Again. This album was a very strange album for me. I was really looking forward to Infinite H making a comeback, and very excited to know that Brand New was going to be producing for them. But when I heard the album teaser on YouTube, I didn't like the sound of any of the songs at all, and that made me quite disappointed. And even more so when I heard Pretty. I like Pretty. I don't know, I'm expected like that maybe Infinite H would do something a bit different this time, because I do feel like there are a lot of similarities between Pretty and Special Girl. And I did feel it was like playing it a bit safe. So it was maybe like about a month after I decided that I would give it a second chance. I want to listen to the songs, and I was really pleasantly surprised. And the thing is, I actually now like Fly High more than I like Fly... No, I actually like Fly Again more than I like Fly High. Although, shout out to Without You featuring Zion T from the Fly High album, because that song in itself just makes the album. But yeah, I was really, really impressed. My favourite track on here has to be number 7, which is the one called As Long As You're Not Crazy, I think, featuring Sanchez from Phantom. Yay, love a bit of Sanchez. And I also really like track number 4, which is called Bump It, which features one of the Lovelies girls. But yeah, I wonder if they will come back again this year, and if they do, who would be producing for them. But yeah. So for my next one, number 7, I don't actually have the album, so instead I'll just show you this one. So here is the Icon half album, but in number 7 it would be the full album, which I have yet to order. I know I'm bad, but yeah, you may already know this if you watched one of my previous videos, but with the half album, I just wasn't impressed at all, really. So what brought it back for me was the later releases. So the singles that they released after the half album, I really love all of them. They're really, really good. Like Apology, Anthem, Dumb and Dumber, and What's Wrong. Really, really good songs, and I guess what everyone expects from Icon. And I mean, not that there's anything wrong with going outside of the box a bit. Like My Type, I didn't expect that at all. And I think that's why initially I didn't like it. Not that I didn't like it, but I was just like, this isn't what I expected. But now My Type is one of my favourite songs, and I think even with the new songs, I could still probably say that My Type is my favourite one from the whole album. Or if not, like top 2 or 3. But from the new tracks, like I said, I really like all of them, but I think if I had to choose, probably between What's Wrong and Apology, they're my favourites from the new tracks. And I have one thing to say that I don't like about the full album, and that it does not have Make You Proud on it, which is the last track on here and probably my second favourite after My Type. I think Make You Proud is a really good song, so I don't understand why it's not on the album. And me personally, I would rather see Make You Proud on the album than like Today or even Airplane, but or even over the Rhythm Ta rock version. Like, come on. Another thing I have to say about the full album, I wasn't very impressed with the G-Dragon track. Everyone made such a big fuss about it, hyped it up. I listened to it and I don't know, it could be, again, one of these things on the initial listen I don't like, but then it grows on me, but I'm not too sure. I wasn't feeling it. But yeah, so I do plan on ordering both the green and the red versions of the album. Whether I keep both, I don't know. I'm just kind of going to get both to see which one I like more. If I like both, I'll keep both. If not, I'll get rid of the one that I like the least. And I am going to be selling this half album because I think, like, you know, getting the full album, I'll be more than content with that. And it's just something that I don't think I'm going to miss in my collection, the half album. So, yeah. At number 6, I have Sea and Blues Together. I really, really love this album. It is only their second album, which I still find strange since they've been around for quite a while now. I think around like 2010 or 2011. I should really know this because Sea and Blue were like one of my first groups that got into K-pop. But anyway, content-wise, the songs, I think that they stay true to Sea and Blue's sound, but without sounding repetitive. Some of my favourites on here, Domino, I think, is probably my number 1 favourite. And I also really like Hide and Seek and Radio and Footsteps. Cinderella was the title track, and Cinderella is like an okay song, but I feel like they could have chose another one from here. I think it would have been a better choice. But on the contrary, there are songs on here that I also don't like, and those are track number 3, Roller Coaster, and number 8, Hold My Hand. I just personally don't like the sound of them. It's this kind of like, I don't know even how to explain it, but I just don't like them, and I feel like if it wasn't for those 2 songs, this album as a whole could have been like top 5 worthy for me. But I do recommend that you give it a listen and see if you like it. Sea and Blue's second album, Together. And number 5 is actually an album that I do not have, and it is Hanhae of Phantom's solo album 365. Oh man, Hanhae he's so good. I really, really love Hanhae. I love his flow, the way he sounds. I just really like it. It's just something a bit different. I just think he's really, really good at what he does, and I feel like he wasn't appreciated as much as he should have been on Show Me the Money, and I don't think he was able to show his full potential. But that's a whole other thing, because Show Me the Money did him wrong, but then again, they do a lot of people wrong, so that's a whole other thing, and I don't want to get into that, or else this video is going to be a lot longer than it has to be. But favourite tracks from the album. It's a mini album which consists of about like 7 or 8 tracks, and I have to say I like them all. I'm like so with the special added track which is featuring swings, but I feel like that's just because I don't like swings, both as a person and rap style. I just don't like the way he raps. But my favourite tracks would be the title track, let's say, which is Man of the Year, featuring Demeanor. I will leave the link to the music video below, so please check it out. It's a really, really good song, like smooth R&B kind of feel, and he talks about how he wants to be your Man of the Year. Rock, Paper, Scissors. Oh, I love that song so much. That one's more of like a fun sounding song, but it's still got like a really good rap and rhythm to it. And I also like 365, which is, I haven't looked up the lyrics to it, but it does kind of overwhelm you emotionally. I feel like, you know, Hanhae must be talking about some serious business up in there. But I really like this album a lot, and it is something that I really want to own in my collection, and the only reason I don't have it thus far is because it is so expensive. Like, for what it is, like I said, a mini album, So like we're talking like max 8 tracks, and I think it's like a kind of digipack album. I cannot find it for any cheaper than like $17 for the album. And that is just insane. I feel anyway. But I do think like I've never seen a mini album priced that high. Like maybe a full album, but a mini album, I don't know. But it is something that I really do want to have in my collection. So at one point, I am just going to buck up and just have to pay the price and get the album. That's just what I'm going to have to do. And I'm also really happy because this album introduced me to the vocalist I told you of earlier, Demeanor. He's really good. If I had to compare him to anyone, just to give you guys a rough guide, probably be similar to Crush. But obviously, you know, he's got his own style-ish. But yeah, so goals for 2016, to buy Hanhae's 365 album. So moving on, I have a bit of a problem when it comes to 4 and 3. I don't know between the two which one should be 4 and which one should be 3. So it's been like about 2 weeks now, and I still can't decide. So I just think that they're both kind of on par with each other, for me personally, and I'm just going to show you them both and I'll talk a bit about each of them. So for my 4/3, I have BTS's The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 1. I love calling it that. It's a lot easier, I'm not going to lie, to say In the Mood for Love, but I just think that The Most Beautiful Moment in Life Part 1 sounds really, really nice, and in keeping with the theme, I like it a lot, so that's why when I remember, I do call it that. And SHINee's Married to the Music, which is the repackage of Odd. I'll do Married to the Music first. So I chose Married to the Music over Odd, obviously because of the added tracks. I think the added tracks on here are amazing. I really like all of them. And I just think that it gives the album the extra kind of kick that I feel like it needed, or rather, I didn't realise that it needed it until it came out, and I just felt like it made it more, I don't know how to explain it, but it just made me love it more with these extra tracks on it. So from the original track list, so from the Odd track list, I really, really liked quite a number of songs, really. Lovesick, I think it's a great continuation of Replay. I think it was really cute that they done that. View, oh man, I love View so much. I like, as a title track, I think it's like my favourite SHINee title track, aside from Replay. You know, because it's my favourite title track since Replay, because Replay just cannot be touched. Replay is Replay. But, I mean, I always really like and enjoy SHINee's title tracks, but I don't think I've ever enjoyed them as much as I have with View. Like, honestly, I don't know if it was just, you know, the fresh kind of sound from it, or even because the time of year, like we were approaching summer and it was like really kind of had a summery feeling to it, I felt. But I just really, really liked it. Farewell My Love. Oh man, it just screams like early SHINee, and I love it. Black Hole as well, one of my favourites. I really like Black Hole. And as mentioned, I really like all the added tracks. Married to the Music is great. I think, especially watching the music video, I felt really proud, and it was just really strange because I felt like This is so weird. What is going on? This is really, really weird, but it's still shiny. You know, that kind of feeling. Like, it was a strange sensation, but and I do feel like this Married to the Music, like this song in the music video, I feel like it's something that only they could pull off. Savior is a really great song, kind of like feel good vibes, I feel. And Hold You as well has that kind of old school shiny sound to it. And Chocolate, well, Chocolate, what more can I say about Chocolate? Kim Jong-hyun, you did good. But yeah, so Married to the Music, really, really pleased with it. And next we have In the Mood for Love. See, I just did it again. The Most Beautiful Moment in Life, Part 1. It's just amazing to see the growth from BTS. Like, Danger, Dark and Wild was a really good transition for them from the School trilogy. And again, this is the same. This was a really good transition for them from the Dark and Wild. The maturity in this album, I absolutely loved the sound from it. I Need You as a title track was really unexpected. I think it's a beautiful song, very bittersweet, and the music video to match. Didn't expect that. Played with my feelings a lot, have to say. But yeah, the track list on here is really good. The intro from Suga, very in keeping with the theme, and I like that it's like so personal. I love all the tracks on here, and again, I feel like there's a really good balance because you have like your heavier feeling kind of songs. So the intro, I Need You, Hold Me Tight, Isa, and Love Is Not Over, the outro. But then you have songs like Converse High and Hung Tan Sonyeondan, which kind of bring the mood up a bit. They're more fun songs. And then you have Jola Dope, which is more... Dope is dope. I mean, it just makes you want to dance, and it goes off when it comes on. Like, it literally goes off. Not as in, like, you turn it off when it goes on. That was a really awkward sentence, wasn't it? But where should Isa, I love that song, and I love that Bangtan kind of spoke about their, like, a thing that was really, really personal to them, you know, like moving out of the apartment where they had been together since like before debut, and talking about, like, you know, like leaving it behind, and we'll still have the memories, but we'll make new ones in this new place, and we'll go forward. I think it's amazing that they were actually able to put, you know, those kind of feelings and memories into a song, and even that they've gave it to us on an album. And it is very, like, connecting with the theme too. Because, you know, the theme is like the most beautiful moment in life, youth, like, you know, your young days, they're the best days of your life. And it's like, you know, moving on is a big part of your youth. What I also really love about this album is we get to see the other members get involved a lot more musically. Jungkook produced a song. V helped produce a song. Suga's done things from quite a long time ago, but it's just nice to see them getting more and more involved with things, because I think Rapline have been heavily involved since like the beginning, and some members too, but it's just nice to see them, especially like not so much with the lyrics but actually the producing. See, like here, Jungkook, produced by Jungkook, and Jin helped out on this one too. But it's just lovely. And yeah, so we're done with my grey area. Now we can move on to number 2 and number 1. So number 2 is Jonghyun's bass. What more can I say about Jonghyun's bass that I haven't said already? I mean, I made a video about it and that was like almost 20 minutes long. But I was really blown away by this album. Couldn't have asked for more from Jonghyun, really. It's a perfect solo album. And I think that he did get the recognition that he deserved with it. I liked that he had, you know, that kind of moment to himself where people could look at him and see that he is more than an idol, really, and see him as an artist, because there is that kind of stigma of, you know, idols being like puppets in the music industry and they don't know what they're doing. But I feel like Jonghyun was really appreciated when he put out his stuff and people weren't expecting it. So really, really proud of him in that sense. And as I said, I couldn't have asked for more, especially coming from my ultimate bias group. Incredibly proud of him. The track list, you know, to see written everywhere, lyrics by Kim Jonghyun, Kim Jonghyun, Kim Jonghyun, everywhere. The featurings he had on here were great, and I think he knew what would work. Because obviously he has a really great knowledge of music as a composer and everything too. And, you know, even like little things like getting help from Wisung, who is an artist that he looks up to, and writing the lyrics. I thought that was really like beautiful. The fact that he's kept the packaging the same as Taemin's, because even though this is his solo album, he still kind of wanted that subtleness of the, yes, I'm doing a solo album, but I'm still a part of SHINee, so please don't forget them. This cute little muffin. Oh. And the hidden track as well. I really liked his reasons for putting the hidden track, and I think that he is totally right. You know, nowadays everyone's all into like their downloads and stuff, which at the same time you can understand. It is easier, I guess, to be able to download an album rather than go out to the shops and buy it, but it is nice to always have a physical copy, in particular when it's K-pop, because they're so pretty and well packaged and you get so much for your money. Like, the price that I can pay for an album here in the UK, which is just going to be like a jewel case, you know, you can get something like this or like this. You can get something like CN Blue, you know. But yeah, so that was my number 2, bass. So my number 1, I wonder if you can guess. Yep. BTS in the most beautiful moment in life, part 2. Oh man, this album. I know a lot of people put part 1 and part 2 together, but I don't know why I decided to put them separately. But I do feel like I like part 2 just that little bit more than I like part 1. I really, really love all the tracks on here. All the tracks. Intro, Nevermind. Again, basically, Suga giving a shout out to the haters. Run. Again, another title track this year that I absolutely loved. I think I Need You and Run are probably my favourite title tracks from Bangtan. And I absolutely love that Run and I Need You fit into each other so well. And I think it was Jungkook that said this, and it was like, if I Need You is about finding like the happiness and the sadness, then Run is finding the sadness and the happiness. And I do feel like with both of those songs, you do kind of get those the feelings relayed to you. Butterfly is an absolutely beautiful song. Oh my god, I had tears, not even gonna lie. I had tears, I had goosebumps. And, you know, at first I kind of thought, like, because we heard it in the prologue, but we only heard, like, the vocal part of it, I thought that maybe, like, knowing that there was going to be rap in it might have ruined it a bit for me, but not at all. No. Walian 52. So, when I find out that Bangtan's going to be making a song about, like, a freaking lonely whale, I'm like, no, why you've got to do me like that? And then it comes out, and not only is it, like, a really nice tune, like, the song in itself is really nice, but it's also really deep and meaningful, but they're still talking about a whale, and I'm just like, why do you need to make me like this song? Why is it so good? How did you make a song about a whale so good? It's just Bangtan. My City, I really like that. I really like that they're all repping where they come from and just talking about how much they love it, and I kind of wish that the vocal line could have had more to say about their places too. But what can you do? Bapse, oh god, do we even need to go there? Bapse is just lit. See, I cannot play this song in my car because I just go crazy. It's like that Vine. Have you ever seen the Vine? I'll link it below, but that is like literally me in the car when it comes on. Goyap, really, really like that song. What is what you expect really from a Suga song. He is so good at, he's just so good at making songs. I don't understand how this guy is the same age as me. How? No, you're lying. How can you be so accomplished in your life and we're the same age? And no, I just can't. What an amazing guy. And the outro as well, House of Cards. Oh man, I love that song. It has such like a weekend vibe to it. And oh, the vocals on it are great. I love it so much. I just overall love this album a heck of a lot. And you know, there's always going to be a part where it's like you're going to be a little bit apprehensive because, especially like part one, I loved part one so much. And so, you know, thinking, there's a part two coming out. God, will it live up to the expectations of part one or won't it? But for me, it just kind of like, no, it blew it away. And I mean, at this point, I don't even know why I underestimate Bangtan, because they just always do this to me. They always deliver. They always deliver. And so, yeah. That is my top 10 K-pop albums of 2015. I have to say, it is quite heavily male groups. It is all male groups, but in saying that, I just in general don't listen to girl group music as much, and it's not for any reason in particular. I just personally find myself that I enjoy boy group music more. So yeah, in case anyone feels like, you know, oh, you know, it's all boys, why is there no girls? Girl power. Yes, girl power, but that's just me personally. I don't listen to girl group music as much because I find I don't enjoy it as much. But I am looking to try and, you know, kind of venture out a bit. But yeah, so yay for finally being able to do this video. Thank you for watching if you've made it to the end. Good job to you. You will get a gold star. So yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.